Welcome to a Trifold fashion folio tutorial. I'm Shari Filamahala here at the G45 headquarters, and today I'm going to teach you how to take our Couture Deluxe Collector's Edition and our Trifold Waterfall Fall folio that's already been made for you and turn it into this classy and chic album. This album has been created for us by Maria Cole. And if you know Maria's work, you know it's always a cinch to create, but you learn so many great techniques. This Trifold fashion folio is so much fun to create. There's a lot of fun glitter elements and so many additional pockets and add-ons that we added to this pre-made album, including some extra flaps and folds to the waterfall features, some pockets, and additional photo mats like you can see here. So many opportunities for all of your photos to really personalize this beautiful album. Now to create along with us, you're going to want to pick up our Volume 5 album kit. You can do that by hopping on over to our website, G45papers.com, or heading down to your local G45 retailer. Of course, you can always follow along with whatever supplies you have at home, and you can learn these great techniques that can be used on so many great paper crafting projects. So we encourage you to grab your supplies and join us for this tutorial. Let's collect all the tools we're going to need to create this folio. So your project sheet does list all the supplies you need as well as the tools. So that's handy dandy. You can always print this out on our website at G45papers.com. You just go to the Inspiration tab and go down to Project Sheets. But for this project, we are going to be using a paper trimmer, a detailed scissors like these, a scoreboard, a ruler, a bone folder, pen. I have a nail file here. You could use sandpaper, but that's an optional thing as well. A 1-inch circle punch. You can always just find something that's about 1-inch diameter and trace that and cut that out. And then some adhesive of choice and some foam adhesive. I love the Art Glitter Glue Liquid. You can tell by how weathered my bottle is. We're going to take our glitter cardstock that came in our kit. You could, of course, use any coordinating glitter cardstock for this. And we are going to cut out 2 pieces that are going to be 7 1/8 by 7 1/4. And then we're going to have 1 piece that's going to be 1 1/2 by 7 1/4. And 1 piece that's going to be 7/8 of an inch by 7 1/4. Now we're going to take this leftover bit of our glitter cardstock and these 2 chipboard pieces and do some tracing. So I'm just taking my black pen and making sure that I've got at least 1/8 of an inch border on the sides, and I'm going to hold down my chipboard piece and I'm just going to trace next to my chipboard piece. In the instructions it says to trace 1/8 of an inch away. For me, I think it's going to be easier to trace my actual chipboard piece and then with my scissors leave 1/8 of an inch while cutting. So you try out what you think sounds easiest and best for you, and we'll compare notes. So I've traced those out. Take my fine tip scissors, and now I'm going to leave about 1/8 of an inch of border around. And my 1/8 of an inch of a border might be a little closer to 1/4 of an inch, but as long as it's consistent, I think we're going to be in good hands. So now I can flip this over and see how it's looking. So it's looking pretty good. And then do the same with the smaller one. Step 3, we are going to take a piece of our gorgeous paper, and we've cut off the top 12 by 5 inches to save for another step. And then with our remaining, we have this piece that we've cut to be 6 7/8 by 7 inches. And then from here, we are fussy cutting out this red flower. I know you know the drill, so pull out those fine tip scissors and unlock this beautiful red flower. Keeping in mind all the gorgeous images around, so if you want to do some more embellishing and fussy cutting, you're not cutting into anything you want to use. Now that we've unlocked this, we're just going to take our fine tip scissors and drive our little floral piece through our blade. Until you have something similar to this. Locate your second piece of the gorgeous paper, and we're going to do the same, or we're cutting off the 12 by 5 from the top to save for another step. And then from the bottom portion, we've cut another square to be 6 7/8 by 7 inches, and another strip to be 3/4 of an inch by 7 inches. Step 5, unwrap your pre-made trifold folio, and then we are going to open it up so we've got our front and our back exposed. Add your adhesive to your largest gold pieces, and we're going to put one on the front and one on the back, making sure that our borders, making sure we've got it right side up. So all of our borders are going to be equal. So there we go. That's why I use the liquid adhesive, so it gives me time to correct any mistakes. Take your smallest of your gold strips that we've cut and adhere that to our exposed spine. Now we are adhering on that gorgeous paper, making sure your flowers are right side up. And don't forget your spine piece. Step 6, from our Couture signature page, we're going to fussy cut out this big bunch of roses. And from the elegant paper, we're going to take out this gorgeous 4x6. Now we're going to adhere our chipboard onto those traced pieces we cut out earlier. Now let's decorate this cover. So we're going to start it off by adding our little gold strip, about 2 inches from the left-hand side. Now before I glue this down, I'm just gonna kind of play with my placement. So I want my gorgeous 4x6 to be in the center of that gold strip, and I want my roses to be coming out from the back. So just leaving that gorgeous cut apart where it is. I'm gonna add my adhesive. Adhere this onto our cover. Now I can adhere this big boy down, making sure that it's overlapping over those fussy cuts. Next, we're going to adhere this Couture beauty. I want it about halfway onto my 4x6 gorgeous cut apart and side. Since this is going to be overlapping a little bit onto my Couture chipboard piece, it will touch there, but it'll need to touch down with some foam to, I did it again. Okay. We'll fix that. So I put my liquid adhesive on the wrong side, but not to worry. And then we'll add some liquid adhesive to the right side along with some foam adhesives. So when we adhere this down, it will be making contact on our front cover as well as on that chipboard. And then the last thing we want to do is take our little rose and we're going to do a similar treatment here where we're going to add some liquid adhesive to part of it and a foam adhesive to the other part and adhere that down. So now I have some great dimension and some sparkle on our gorgeous front cover. And now to finish it off, we're just going to add a few more chipboard pieces. Step 9, we're going to take one of those leftover pieces of gorgeous that are 12 by 5, and we are going to trim this down to be 4 3/4 by 6 3/4. Now with a ruler and a pen, we are going to mark 1 1/8 from the top left here, and we'll do the same on the bottom right. Mark a mark at 1 1/8. And then from there, you're going to connect those two dots with a ruler, and you'll end up with something like this. You can take a paper trimmer or scissors and trim where we made that line. And now you can see we have a perfect size for our inside pocket. Now find that other 12 by 5 gorgeous piece, and then we're going to cut out another little strip from there, saving our leftovers, of course. And this is going to be 5/8 of an inch by 7 inches. Step 11, we're taking accessorize, and we've cut this piece to be 6.5 by 7 inches. Step 12, we are going to find our leftover elegant paper and cut out this Couture 4 by 6. And then from beautiful, we are going to cut out this little green Couture ticket. And this is from our sticker sheet. And we want to cut it out with the sticker backing on it, like so. And then we're going to take some leftover of our gold cardstock. And this is cut to 4 3/4 by 1/2 of an inch. Now we're going to put it all together. So we're going to start with our big stripes and put that just inside of our pocket, leaving a nice 1/8 of an inch border or so from our fold line. I've got a damp paper towel that I can just clean up any excess adhesive. Next, we're going to adhere our pocket piece on. So you can see I've strategically added my adhesive so I don't have some here and in this general section. That way we're just creating an extra little pocket for our little doodads and trinkets, such as our little Couture green ticket. Make sure you're getting a good bond on this pocket. There is a magnet underneath this little pocket area here, so you do want to get a good bond around there. Now we'll adhere this little gold strip to the bottom of that pocket. And our Couture 4 by 6 is just going to slide behind that diagonal. This cutie is going to slide in our tiny little pocket. And then this one, you can leave it as is or you can fussy cut around. You just want to fussy cut where that die line is. If you give it an extra edge around there, then it's just going to want to peel away. So just cut around where it's been dyed until you end up with this. And then that's going to slide right into your little pocket as well. Then adhere your floral piece on your spine piece right next to your stripes, and making sure that your flip pocket page is still going to open and close beautifully. To doll it up just a bit more, we're going to take this You Are Lovely sticker and add it to our diagonal pocket. Step 14, we're taking an additional piece of the gold cardstock that's been cut to 1 1/4 by 7.5. From Elegant, we're taking this green Couture 4 by 6 cut apart. And from our beautiful paper, we're taking this tall lady image that is 7.5 inches tall. So now we're going to decorate our inside right panel. So when it's closed, it looks like this, and it's the first panel you see before you open it all the way up. So adhere your gold strip just flush with the left-hand edge. And then we're going to take this Ooh La La sticker and we are going to cut it down to be 7.5 inches. And this is just going to match up right next to your gold glitter cardstock. Next, we are going to add adhesive in a U shape. And we want to leave the right-hand side open. So I hold where I want my opening to be, so I know when I'm adding my adhesive not to put it there, and add it in a U shape. And then this is just going to go flush next to our Ooh La La sticker. Let's do a little bit of embellishing while our pocket dries with some stickers. So we've taken the Simply Stunning sticker with the stripes and added it just by her knees. And then now we're taking these cute little scalloped squares, and they are going to go just over our 3 layers, like so. Now that we should be nice and dry, we can slip in our little Couture photo mat that goes perfectly on the right-hand side. Step 16, cut out 2 pieces of gold cardstock that are going to be 6 7/8 by 6 1/4. Step 17, we're taking Stunning, and we've cut 2 of these to be 6 5/8 by 6 inches. Step 18, we're cutting Accessorize down to be 5 1/2 by 4 3/4, and we want 2 of those. Step 19, we've taken our fashion piece and we've cut it to be 5 inches by 12 inches, and then we have folded it horizontally, or like I like to call it, hamburger style. And then I like to find that center point and go out from the center to one side, from the center to the other side. And then we have found our fabulous paper, and this has been cut to 4 5/8 by 5 5/8. And we're going to adhere this shoe piece onto our black ditzy print, and that's going to adhere on the front, and make sure that the inside is right side up. And you've created a beautiful, fun folding photo mat. And then just add a little more decoration, we're going to take this classy sticker and add it here to the bottom. So now let's put all those pieces together, open this up, and we are going to adhere our gold layer down first. And if you want, like Maria has done, she has left the top open. So let's just adhere this in a U shape, making sure our borders are consistent on the bottom, right and left. And then we're going to take that beautiful peacock paper, and that's just going to layer right on top of that gold. And then Accessorize is just going to go right in the center of our peacocks. And now we can take this piece, our photo mat, and it can go in our large pocket, of course. But since we left our gold open, it can also slide in there, creating this fun little flap piece here. And then you can always add more things to add inside your large pocket, or you can just put in memorabilia or photos just straight in there too. And then flip this over, and let's repeat that process on the back side of our pocket page. And we could always play around with it and see, maybe we want to switch it up this time and have our ladies on there and the stripes, or maybe you want to keep it the same or change it to peacocks and stripes. It's up to you, however you want to do it. I'm going to keep it how the directions have it, but why don't you try out some other combinations and share your projects with us on Instagram using the Graphic45 hashtag. We always love to see what you're working on. We love to see the variations that you take and the new tips and tricks you have to share with us. And if you're new to Graphic45 and you haven't yet tried out one of our kits, they're a great way to jump into Graphic45 and really see if you like how you like working with our products, and get that great, warm, buzzy feeling of satisfaction when you complete a project that's already, you know, the idea and the instructions are already there for you, so it's an easy, fun process. Step 21, we're going to take our chic paper and we're going to cut out 3 6x4 pieces from the left-hand side. Step 22, we're taking this piece of gold cardstock and we've cut it to be 1 inch by 3 3/4. And we are going to start working on our horizontal waterfall. And this is just going to go right down on that little strap that's going to keep that shut. Next, we're going to take this oval shaped sticker, and that's going to go right on top of that gold at the top of our little strap. Step 23, we're taking our fabulous paper, and we've got 3 of these that are cut to 2 1/2 by 3 3/4. From our beautiful paper, we're going to cut out these 3 ladies. Next, we are going to arrange our papers like you see here, and then we're going to add some nice easy breezy stickers from our sticker pack. All right, now it's time to do a little bit of slicing in our waterfall to create some fun staggering page sizes. So we're going to open up our horizontal waterfall and we're going to start on our second page. Our first page will stay intact, and we are going to take a ruler, and from the left hand edge we want to mark at 3 3/4 towards the top, mark at 3 3/4 towards the bottom. Take that same ruler and we are going to just draw a straight line down connecting our 2 points. Before we move on to cutting your page, you do want to take these 2 pieces here and line them up, making sure everything's going to fit nicely. Once that fits nicely, that's when you want to go ahead and make your slice. Next, we're going to take some scissors and we are just going to cut on our line like so, and you can take your eraser and erase your pencil line, and then adhere these on with equal distance from the sides and bottom, so there will be a little extra space at the top. Grab this large Couture sticker, and this is going to go just underneath our magnet on the back side of page 1. Once you've completed those steps, we will repeat the same process on our page 6, which is our last page on our horizontal waterfall. So again, we just measured at 3 3/4 at the top and bottom and drew a straight line, sliced on that line, and then erased our pencil line. And then adhere these 2 pieces. Step 26, we are going to take our page 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And from the left-hand side, we are going to mark at 2 3/4 at the top and bottom. Connect your dots. Take those scissors and slice on our line. And then add these 2 pieces onto your page 4 flaps. And make sure if you are using a liquid adhesive, that you are burnishing it down very good and making sure that you're not getting any pockets of adhesive that are going to end up wrinkling your pages. The last thing we are going to do on our horizontal waterfall is just add those 4 by 6 chic papers we cut out earlier. You can see creating beautiful photo mats with so many spots for photos. You can add the back side of your waterfalls. You can add them onto these decorative papers. You could write some journaling sentiments, really personalize it to maximize these gorgeous albums. Step 27, we're going to take our remaining 3 4x6 cut aparts from Elegant and a 1-inch circle punch, and just halfway punch in the center on the left-hand side to get these great little notches on all 3 pieces. And then cut out these remaining 2 tickets from Beautiful. Step 28, we're going to start working on our vertical waterfall. So we're going to take our 3 notched out pieces, add adhesive in a U shape on the back side, making sure there's no adhesive where our notch is. And then this is just going to go centered on our page 1 of our vertical waterfall. Once you have that one adhered, we're going to skip page 2, and on page 3 we'll adhere this beautiful piece. Skip page 4, and on page 5 we'll add this pocket, of course keeping just a U shape so we can put some goodies in there. And then we're going to take these 2 little tickets and stuff one in our first pocket and one in our second. That's just a fun indicator that those are pockets, but there's also so much more space in there for you to add more photos or trinkets. Step 28, we're also going to be cutting another piece of our gold cardstock to 3 3/4 by 1 inch and adhering that onto our little strap. And then take that coordinating sticker to this one here. And I found that it is best if you do add a bit of adhesive to your little pole, because we are overlapping on that glitter cardstock. It does help to get a very good bond that way and adhere onto your strap. Step 29, we're going to take our classy paper, and we've cut out 3 pieces that are 4 by 6. Now we're going to do a little bit of scoring with these 3 classy papers. I want, when I flip this up, I want my stamps to be right side up. So I'm going to score with my stamps so I can see them. And I'm going to score at 1/2 inch from the bottom, like so. So this way, when I adhere my tab down and this flips up, my image will be right side up. And then fold and crease those 3 1/2 inch tabs. And then attach these 3 stickers on the bottom. Add adhesive to that 1/2 inch flap on the back of the blue side. And then on page 2 on our vertical waterfall, we're just going to center this and adhere the 1/2 inch flap down. Now this should be able to flip up, and you'll have 2 more spaces to add your photos. Once you've added your first one on page 2, we will add the next one on page 4 and 6. From our gorgeous paper, we've got another piece to be 7/8 inch by 7 inches. Adhere that gorgeous strip onto our spine here. Step 31, we're going to close up our album. Take this lovely sticker, and that is going to adhere just on the center of our spine. And there you go. Now we have completed this fun and fabulous fashion folio. We hope that you've enjoyed creating along with us today. Of course, we want to see what you created, so go ahead and share your projects with us on Instagram using that graphic45 hashtag. And if you're looking for more great tutorials like this one, go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel and then hit that notification bell so you know every time we upload a new fun and fabulous tutorial like this one. If you are looking for the Couture card set tutorial, you can find the link to this in the description below as well. So we thank you so much for joining us, and as always, happy paper crafting.